Hi guys. I'm just looking at Candy, Hungry Fat Chick. She hasn't been on in a few weeks. Well, definitely a few days, possibly 2 weeks maybe. And everybody's been pretty worried about her, and this is the first time she's been on since um about 2 weeks ago. This woman is so kind, and um she's a different uh, demeanor about her than other people that are on that sort of content. She's kind, she's um, loving, and I just really want to have people hopefully go over to her chat and send her words of encouragement, because this is the worst I've seen her be down, be so depressed. I'm gonna try and flip the camera so as I can um hi cement shoes. I don't know how to flip the bloody camera now. Down. Um mm, um it should be on the phone. Um because I've done this before. Flipped the camera. Do do do. Just under settings. Camera, front camera, back camera. Um Hopefully that will be right. No. Recording. Camera. The back camera. Where my camera? I don't know what that means. I want it on though. Why is it not doing it? General. Oh, I should have had this ready before I moved on to I don't think it'll let me flip on this. Maybe it will. I don't want to go back out and back in, do you know? Alright, we'll go front camera. No, that's me. Back camera. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that actually is my tablet, but it's on dark. I'm so sorry. Um, do do. Turn on the side. So I'm playing this from the start, and I am going in at 1.5, I think. If it's too fast, I will slow it down a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Here I am doing another vlog-ish video. Yeah, I'm just kind of not feeling like doing a mukbang. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I really don't. I just know I need to.
Actually, I'm going to slow it down a bit because she doesn't sound, it's not giving the right how she's actually feeling. So there, that should be better. And I don't want to get that.
Not okay. Just, yeah. I'm not trying to complain about it. I'm just.
This woman never complains. She's actually such a nice person.
And it's not like I'm not ordering food. I am. I have been. I actually have leftover chicken to eat later. Um, Popeyes. I like me some Popeyes. Um, but yeah, I just don't feel like eating on camera right now. Uh, I'm sure I'll get in the groove. Obviously, it's what I do. And if I didn't put things off till the absolute last minute, I might actually get something done. But I'm just going through the motions. I'm just day by day by day, just living. If you could call this life. Um,
I've never
I'm in a good
heard her
mood.
this down or this depressed,
Sit
you
up in my
know.
chair. Nope. I'm sitting on my bed. Uh, just woke up a little while ago. Uh, brushed my hair, put it back up in its little ponytail thingy, and decided to talk to the camera. I have actually it's it's actually like a ring light thingy. No, no, no. We don't need to brighten this up today.
Her wheezing is a lot worse too than
But
weeks ago.
yeah. So yeah, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Um, just one day at a time. Uh, I don't know. I'm not the type of person, to ask for help. I'm just not. I'm a suffer in silence, typically, kind of person. Uh,
That really is how she
I like to
is.
say I'm not lonely, but I kind of am. And it's not just lonely. I'm not doing very good by myself here. I'm not. I've made it the whole year. Uh, um, I kind of miss living with people. I kept myself in check a little bit more when I lived with other people, but um,
That picture up
there's a lot
there.
more to it than
I'm
that.
sorry, it's just at the top of the tablet. It's actually an ear. I think it's
I'm very thirsty today.
an ear
Very thirsty.
implant. It looks funny, but it's an advertisement for an ear implant. So as you can, for people
Yeah,
hard of hearing.
I like living alone. I like my space. I like having control of my thermostat and my television and um, when I go to bed and when I get up and just I like to just do me. But there's times when I truly miss living with people. Having a pack. I like to call myself a lone wolf. But I think at my heart, I'm definitely a pack animal. I'm definitely the kind of person that needs a crew. That's the way I've been my whole life. Up until, well, I say my whole life, but I was like that before I got married. I had groups, like multiple groups of friends
Oh, girl, we
that
all
eventually
had.
like intermingled and whatnot,
Yeah,
which brought about many marriages and many kids.
I hear you.
Um, but once I got married, I just kind of isolated, and then I was isolated, but still a pack because the ex-husband and I ended up living with people quite often. Um, yeah, we didn't really do very good on our own either, so we always had like groups of people that we stayed with and worked together with and whatnot, and after that ended, then there was the next person, Thomas, the hungry hippie. I was with him for many years, and it was just me and him. So it was very isolated, very very isolated. And then Susan came into the picture, and we all became family, and it was great living with them for years, the years that I did. But it was time, I thought, for me to be out here on my own, doing my own thing, and I'm not saying it hasn't been great, but it has been. I'm very proud of, certain things I've been able to do on my own. Um, but I get lonely. I do get a little bit lonely. I'll admit it.
We all
I
do.
miss having people around. Um, but the way that I am, I know that I probably, would have issues, I get irritated. I do like my own space. So I don't know. Even if I had someone come stay with me or whatever, it wouldn't be good for long. I would get annoyed and I'd want my space again. And so there's no point. you know, the I miss the companionship, but I have companionship. I mean, me and Susan, we hang out almost every day on the PlayStation, and we have our headset on and we talk and we watch shows together and we play games together and things like that. And I mean, and that's really all the companionship I need. But the main thing I kind of miss, well, one of the main things I kind of miss is with living with people is I have more self control. I don't know if it's like out of embarrassment or whatever, that I don't just order food. Here I just willy nilly order the food and waste the monies. It's like, gosh, how do I get control of that? I've tried, but that's something that I've always had. My whole this was my whole life situation is having no willpower. No willpower to stick with something. Y'all have seen it. I try these little diets and whatnot. I was talking to Susan the other day, and she was trying to be encouraging. She's like, "Well, you lost that 50 pounds. It was so easy." I was like,
Excuse
"Yeah,
me.
but it's easy to stick with something when I'm kind of when people are watching. I'm here and nobody's watching. So yeah, and I keep thinking about ways that I want to make my life easier. And thinking it and doing it are obviously mutually exclusive. It just so I don't know what to do. I don't know. There's realistically nothing anybody can do to help me. I have to help myself, and I don't know how to do it. Like if I just say one day, oh well, I'm just gonna go on this diet, and I'm only gonna eat this, and this, and I could do that for a few days, and then somehow something switches in my brain, and I start making excuses. I start rationalizing, um, and I rationalize my way into, well, just this one time. I'm just gonna do it this one time, and then I do it, and then like, what do I have to do to stop myself from sabotaging any hope that I have of getting better? Yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm very annoyed at myself. I feel like I'm coming to the very end of my rope. Um, just kind of going through the motions, like I said, and just waiting for the end.
That's so sad.
People like to say,
That,
"Oh, she's on
oh
time."
God,
So
that
good.
comment on its
Just
own is
continue on.
just so sad to hear.
And I know, I know. I feel it every single day. Every step I take is excruciating. I mean, and that's not what's going to take me out. It's going to be my heart or something like that. Mm. And it's going to be awful. Mm. Like people like to tell me that stuff like I don't already know. I know. I know. I totally know what's coming.
Her
Don't get me
name
wrong.
is Candy Cement
It was years
Shoes.
ago.
She's,
I
excuse
was
me,
probably in my
I'll
early
just
30s or
pause it.
whatever.
Her name is Candy. She's part of the mukbang community, where the other people can be a bit rude, and you've got Foodie and Amber Lane and all of those. They can be a little bit rude. This woman is nice. When she's chatting on the camera, she's polite. She's just really, really nice lady. I'm not sure where she's from. I haven't looked into that far. Don't know where she's from, but that that doesn't matter because of how nice she is. She kind of is, and she kind of isn't. Um, she doesn't ask for money. She doesn't go on. She has no OnlyFans. She doesn't do any of that stuff. personally, I wouldn't put her in the same category as the lol cows. Do you know? Because she's too nice. You know, I don't mind where the other people would be um seen as that. You know, she doesn't react the same way. She doesn't even have trolls, I don't think. You know, she's just different, you know. And everybody knows she's unwell. She's not long out of hospital, and um everyone thought that hospital deal would be the probably the last. I'm trying to get the right angle because I'm actually in bed with a bad back myself today, so I'm doing it on the tablet and the phone. Um yeah, she's a nice lady, and I know people are wondering in the community how she is because she hasn't posted in about 2 weeks, and this is the first one. So I hope when people see this later on, and cover it on their own channels, that they'll go in and they'll just leave her a nice comment, just a bit of encouragement. She's not well. Physically, she's not well. And that's besides the part of what her size is and everything. She has a lot of issues. They probably are weight related and all that. But she knows herself, you know, the next time she goes to hospital, it'll probably be the last time, you know. And she will say in a few minutes, I have put it up faster, that she doesn't want to go into inpatient care because of dignity, and you know, she likes to have things on her own. She doesn't want people helping her with her hygiene because she gets embarrassed, and you know, all those things that I totally completely understand, and she understands where she's going with it as well. And yeah, uh, I just wish she'd do you know, it's not even a factor of cutting down on her food now. All of her body has just gone too far, I think. Um, you know, my prayers are with her for however long that she needs them. We'll watch another little bit, I think.
I was actually visiting with friends and whatnot, and we were playing a game. And one of the questions of the game is, "What's your worst fear?" And I had to think about it. Like, well, I used to be afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of dark anymore. I'm not a fan of heights. Definitely not a fan of deep, dark water. Don't like spiders either, really. Even though those little jumping spiders are very cute. But my absolute worst fear at that time was unaliving alone.
That's sad.
Yeah, unaliving alone. I just didn't want to be alone. That was a big thing at the time.
And that's why I think inpatient care would be good for her.
It's like me facing that fear.
She'd have some company.
I've learned in the last year to sit with myself. You know, to sit in my feels, my emotions, and just be with myself, and get to know how that feels. Because I hadn't felt that ever. Like before I got married at 18, I had my family, you know. Then I had my husband, and then I had friends. And then, of course, I had Thomas for years, and then I had Thomas and Susan for years. But just being alone, this is the first time I've ever gotten to really experience that, you know. Sometimes it's really it's actually a little scary sometimes, you know.
You know, you can imagine her in
Mental illness that
in the room at night time. Oh God, I can't. Yeah. You know, in the room at night time, in her own apartment, and panicking that she is on her own, and what if something happens to her and she can't properly get out of bed, and you know, there's all sorts of problems that could come from that. So I totally understand where she's coming from, not wanting to be alone in case something happens. And that's a sad thing. That's very sad.
I'll just come out and say it. It causes me to hallucinate and stuff. And it can get really, really freaking scary sometimes. Like, really scary. And I have to question reality. I'm like, is this really happening, or am I just imagining this? Is this just not real? So there's times when I'm like laying in bed alone, and I'm not alone. I'm not alone. It gets really scary. And I being alone for me is different from other people because I don't really feel alone. There's always people around me. There's something around me. I'm not saying I'm haunted, but now if only those people could help me not order food. It's like I go into this trance almost. I'm looking at my phone, and I'm scrolling the menus. I'm so zoned in on what I want to eat. It's like everything else fades into the background, falls at the wayside. I mean, it's just hyper focused on these menus and what kind of food I want to eat.
Yeah, they're very handy, and you just wear them around your neck, or you can wear them on your wrist. Yeah, they would be very handy for her. But then, who would she have as contacts to go and help her? I don't know who's around her.
What's left of it? Eat my stupid cold chicken, and hopefully not order something else later. Have some ramen or something. I got ramen. I got this cup of noodles, and they're decent. Of course, I gotta eat 2 at a time because I'm fat. And I'm not just fat. I'm fat and sick. I'm sick. I'm not right. And it's not just a matter of getting some surgery for me. It'd be great if that would work for me, but I don't believe I'm the type of person that surgery would work on. I'd be the type of person to get the surgery, lose 50, 100 pounds, whatever. But I will find a way to get the food in. I'll eat the things that are really bad, and I will gain the weight right back, and probably then some. And and a few years later, if I survive, I'd have to get surgery again, probably. Because my stomach would have restretched.
Yeah, that happens to so many people.
Challenged mentally. I have an issue with food. It's just I'm a black hole. I'm like just a pit, and I cuss. So excuse me.
She blocked out her curse.
I'm just a pit.
Bless her.
Yeah, I hate feeling emotional about it because it's something that, yeah, I did this to myself. I did it to myself.
You see, she's so much understanding about it. She knows what she's done.
I've always loved food, obviously, because I've been fat all my life. But I don't think it's ever been this bad. The compulsive eating. I don't know what to do about it. I mean, people suggest that I do inpatient. And it's like, how am I going to do inpatient? I need... I mean, y'all know I have my bidet that helps me in the
I
bathroom.
really don't know.
And I don't get that in the hospital. People have to physically help me, and it's embarrassing. It's humiliating.
If it was my personal business, I wouldn't be putting it on YouTube. But Candy, for her, she has no other supports really. She goes on YouTube and she has her subscribers and her followers who are her friends, when she's there in the house on her own. It's just a support system, I think, for Candy at least.
So, I don't like feeling emotions. I don't like the way I feel right now. I don't like who I am right now. I'm surviving, if you could call it that.
I've never seen her this depressed and low. I've never. She'll come on camera and she'll be happy. And I'm trying to get this phone straight. I think it's my hand that's crooked, and I don't want to see his head at the corner.
I need to make more rent.
His head.
I don't know what else to do. I really don't. I mean, I could take my clothes off and do more adult stuff. but I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I really don't.
Um,
I mean, I was so happy to find YouTube and be able to do what I do here, rather than
I just have to walk
where I was
past a
doing.
cake
I was
to
literally
put
just
on
doing
weight.
the same thing.
Literally, or
It's just so
smell
close.
a fry,
I mean,
a fry up. If I smell it,
uh,
that's 4 or 5 pounds gone on me. Because that's what it
I
feels like
found good videos
sometimes.
on YouTube because it's mainstream, and even though I had to deal with a lot of hate, I mean a lot of hate, you know, it was worth it. It was worth it to just and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with sex work. There's nothing wrong with adult content creation. And I
You
don't
see, a
have
lot of
shame in
people
that way.
do think she has done
It is what it is.
OnlyFans, but
And there's
she
something for everybody out there.
hasn't.
But I don't know. I just wanted to be more open, and reach more people, reach a different type of people. People like to say, that I'm doing this all for feeders and whatnot. But if I was doing it for feeders, I would be doing the adult stuff. This is my audience here on YouTube, and I've said this many times, is 75% female. And I'm not saying that women can't be feeders because there's plenty of female feeders out there, but my audience is basically the majority women 25 to 35. And I understand it. I understand because I watch mukbang when I'm trying not to overeat.
Oh,
Watch
beer will
food.
always do it to you.
I watch people eat the food
Um,
or cook the food,
but that was a good weight loss.
and that kind of takes my mind off of the
Well
frantic
done, you.
search, the hunt, the
But
hunt
yeah,
on my
the
phone.
beer,
What am I going to consume today?
it'll always go straight to the belly.
Watching mukbang actually helps those cravings, those whatever the hell it is. I don't know.
And it's coming into
I'm
that
really
season
happy.
too, barbecue season, with
Just living my life.
a few cold beers
Yeah,
and
gonna make it. I don't know what to say.
something nice to eat, and
I'm preparing myself for my last day.
friends and family over. Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm just ready.
See, this is what scared me. I'm just ready. What is she ready for?
So I'm here. I made it to work today, and I'm sorry I'm such a depressing downer. Just, I'm just. That's why I couldn't do my phone last week. Because if they say if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And this is kind of like a adjacent to that. I don't have anything positive to report. I really really don't. Just the same shit, different day.
Okay,
Sweetie.
Candy,
Oh,
sweetie.
and I'm
I
hungry
think
now.
we
I'm
leave
hungry.
you for
It's
today,
like six in the
and
afternoon. Sun's gonna be
hopefully you'll be on
setting soon.
tomorrow in a better humor. Are we nearly finished? Oh, we are actually nearly finished. How long is left in it? 3 minutes. Ash, we'll watch the 3 minutes and get the full view. Um,
But I had to
because
show
I
up
didn't know you had to do the full view for people
and
to be on the algorithm, so we'll give her the full view.
I'm such a bad speaker. In my opinion, I'm
No, you're not.
like what is that?
She's
Why
just
can't I
too
why can't I communicate properly?
down on
Why?
herself today.
Now I'm not saying I'm well educated. I'm a high school dropout, okay, but I'm reading like Stephen King novels and finding typos. I'm that person. I'm not calling it out. I mean, I don't. Well, I don't like when friends are communicating with me in text and there's errors and whatnot. I'm not that guy. I'm not that person that like has to point out errors and correct people. But and Virgo, in the back of my mind, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I do
So
the
when I
same. I'm
listen to
thinking
myself
what
speak,
people are
I
saying
have all
in
of
my
those
head.
little interjections and I listen to myself and I'm like, God, you sound like an idiot. Why can't you like take your time and speak? I already have the issue with a humongous tongue in my mouth, and
Don't be so down on yourself,
it like
Candy.
trips over makes me trip over my words, and I stutter a little bit here and there. just it's ridiculous. I got you guys. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go take
Okay,
care of myself.
Candy.
Eat my cold chicken. Chicken. But I love y'all, and if you made it this far, just thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you very much. And hopefully next time I'll have some good food to eat and much better things to report. Hopefully I'll be in better spirits. But I love you very much. See you next time.
Okay, sweetie. Over and out. So, oh Jesus. I don't know what's going on there. I don't turn the camera off or the tablet off. So, that's that. And poor Candy. I hope she'll do okay and she'll be all right tomorrow. So thanks, Cement Shoes, for watching, and I'll be talking to you all soon. Bye.